right.
We're ready.
Okay, so just us having a conversation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay, all right. So, you guys, tell us about like how you started with Happy Valley Clinic.
Do you want to start? Do you want me to?
Yeah, I'll start.
Okay.
So I'd always heard and always kind of had learned that as you got older, your testosterone levels went down. And that was always kind of in the back of my mind. But as I got into my 30s and inch toward my 40s, I noticed that I guess I would explain it kind of like a depression, physically and mentally. I didn't have the energy I used to, and I was feeling it. And that was affecting a lot of things in life. Not having that energy around any longer, and
you were an athlete before, like you did jiu-jitsu and.
Oh yeah, I was doing sports 6 days a week. High intensity sports in my 20s, and yeah, in my 30s I found I couldn't keep up with that, and it just got worse and worse, and I just felt kind of at the bottom of the gutter is kind of how I felt. And then I was speaking to Brock from Happy Valley Clinic, and he's very knowledgeable. He went over a lot of different plans that could potentially work for me. We chose a plan and we went for it, and that plan was amazing. It helped immediately. I would say I within a week I began to feel better. I began to feel energy returning to me that I hadn't had in a long time, and that just helped me start feeling better about myself. And from there, it's just gotten better. I feel like I'm in my early 20s again. Maybe not with sports as hardcore as I was, but I would say like sexually, we'll go there. Yeah, sexually it's improved a lot. My libido just kind of tanked. And I thought, maybe it's, I don't know, you think a lot of things as a guy, and you question a lot of things. But with the therapy I received, I noticed that my libido was back, and even stronger than it had been in a long time. Wow. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing.
That's cool.
Good to feel alive again and not old. Even though we're all getting older, and it's one of those things in life. You can't fight it, but maybe you can fight it. Actually, I'll say you can fight it.
And we are.
Yeah. We definitely are. Yeah.
So like, when that came back, what did that mean for you, and what did that mean for your guys' relationship?
Sure. I think, I don't know, I'll just speak for myself. As a man, I feel a certain way about things. Maybe that's not the best to say these days, but it's the truth for me. It's my truth. My truth is that getting that back changes so much. Just your self-confidence, feeling confident again, feeling prepared for situations, whatever those situations may be. And being ready for those.
Neat.
Yeah.
It's interesting, right? Like, you talk about confidence. A lot of our patients report that it's not just confidence in the bedroom.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like confidence.
Yeah.
Is that what you're referring to?
Absolutely. When I say confidence, I don't just mean sexual confidence. It's walking in a room and feeling good about yourself. Just because you feel good about yourself, you're fighting the thing that's making you kind of feel not so good, which helps. But you're also feeling good about the gains you've been making and the energy you have, and all the things you're able to do again that have been kind of missing.
Yeah.
And
that's awesome.
Something else, Brocker. So before we started, or he started the testosterone, his doctor had prescribed him the little blue pill, right? And it takes spontaneity out of everything, right? Because
Big
you
time.
have to plan for it, and then it gets in your head, and you can't do what you want to do. You can't have that connection and that confidence that you had in the bedroom, and the testosterone changed that. He no longer had to take Viagra. He didn't. It was just when he was ready, we were ready, and it just it brought the spontaneity back that hadn't been there for quite a while.
Yeah, and what did that mean for you? Like
It was huge. It was huge. It meant that we got closer. You know, for the times that. Sex wants to be fun, right? You want to have fun in the bedroom, and when you have to take a pill and wait 30 minutes, that takes it out of it, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, it's as little from him just grabbing my waist and holding me and then turning on, and you can actually be turned on and just go for it, where it hadn't been like that for a long time. And his confidence specifically in the bedroom was massive. He got out of his head. He was able to feel good about it. He was able to have fun with it again. And yeah, it's been beautiful. It's been beautiful to see that. He also, his health returned. Like, he was struggling with his weight, and that went down. He was diagnosed with diabetes. He no longer has to take insulin anymore. And the testosterone gave him the energy to work out every day and to do the things that he hadn't done for so long. And it changed his health, his mind, changed everything about him.
That's so neat.
It was amazing.
That's so neat.
It's been amazing.
That's so neat.
Yeah.
You know, with him having that confidence and you talk about that spontaneity and things, what has that meant to you? Like you talk about in the bedroom, like what has that meant to you in that dynamic of your relationship?
It's fun, you know. I mean, you get to have, not only do you get to have fun, you get that closeness back, because I know for us, before he started taking testosterone, if Dave starts to think about things, he just struggles, right? When he doesn't, when he can just focus on, we're just gonna have fun in the bedroom now, it makes it beautiful. It makes it fun. It makes us closer, and it's just a really beautiful connection that you don't get otherwise. Does that make sense?
Totally makes sense.
Yeah.
I thought of something too, Brock. So, it used to be I'd get home from work and I would just be exhausted. That was kind of my day. Work really hard, get home, and I was wiped.
Pass out.
It was like I didn't want to go do anything. I didn't have the energy to do anything, but I also didn't want to do it because I just felt exhausted. It's like I was just looking forward to going to sleep, but then my sleep was really not good either. Whereas now, I don't know the science behind it, but I get deep sleep now, which
It's true.
yeah, it really is.
So it's interesting that you would say that, because when our testosterone levels are where they should be, we handle stress better. We have less brain fog. We build muscle easier. We burn fat easier, and we get better sleep.
Nice.
And you know it does that for men. You know what testosterone does for women?
Same thing.
Exactly.
Same thing. Because
Isn't that wild?
I'm noticing that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, since I started with the testosterone, so I used to have to take medication to go to sleep. And I told Dave, like, within days of taking it, I'm like, man, I can sleep. Like, this is amazing. Like, when I'm tired, I can go to sleep and I'm not sitting there in my head. And it happened like that, like so quick. It was amazing, bro.
I was surprised how quick it happened for you.
It was awesome. Really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Thanks for sharing that. You know, and Dave giving that detail about being exhausted from work, because that's what a lot of men are experiencing. There, where they grind, they come home, I just want to go to bed, or I just want to veg on the couch until it's late enough that now I'm gonna go to sleep. Yeah, you know, instead of coming back and living life.
Yeah.
But otherwise, they grind all day, come home, do that, right? Veg out, go to sleep, wake up, go to work, come home, veg out, go to sleep.
That's it.
You
Wash,
know?
rinse, repeat.
Mm-hmm.
And now
it's
when
exhausting to do that.
Yeah.
It's very exhausting.
And quality of life, right? Like,
Yeah.
changes with quality of life in a big way.
Oh, in a big way.
And like, this is cool, Rock. Like, now when he gets home from work, like because we walk to the grocery store. I would walk to the grocery store every day to get stuff for dinner. He walks with me. We go on walks every single night around our neighborhood. Like,
More
things that we've
connection.
never done before that he now had the energy for. And that builds connection with us because we get to do that where before we couldn't because he was just exhausted at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
we had always talked about and kind of admired the old couples that would walk around the neighborhood. And
Mm-hmm.
when we first started dating and into our early marriage, we would say, this is going to be us one day. And so it's very disappointing when it's like, I'm in my 30s and I feel like that is just a lot to ask every night to go and just walk around the block or something. And maybe that, I don't know if that makes me sound weak or whatever. I don't really care. That's the way it was.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And now I envision us being old and having the energy to do the things we
Yeah.
want to do still.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it really is.
You know, since taking the testosterone, you've talked about how it's improved your wellness and like, what has that meant to you? Like, you know, to feel healthier, to be healthier, to like, what has that meant to you?
So it's kind of interesting. I got really out of shape. I'm not in shape now, but I'm in better shape than I was. I got really out of shape, and you can't really describe how that affects you physically and mentally.
Yeah.
You just feel really bad about yourself. You don't have any confidence in yourself. And when I started my therapy, I got that back, and it was interesting. The day I noticed it, I'm like, I was feeling my lats, and I was like, wow, like I'm feeling muscle here. This is great. And just that thought alone gave me a smile for like 3 weeks. It felt so good
Dude, that's
to live
great.
again. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Jilly, what has it meant for you?
So this is really cool. And my results or the things that I noticed happened really quickly. The first thing is, so I remember going to my OBGYN and she goes, you're really, really dry for being the age you are. Like, this shouldn't be like this, right? But there wasn't anything that they were going to do about it. They were just letting me know. Within a couple days of taking testosterone,
Let me ask, sorry, I didn't interrupt you.
Go ahead.
So, you're dry. They don't really address it. Like,
They didn't.
What were your thoughts? Like, what?
So,
like,
what
do I need to do? Or,
Yeah, well, I asked them and they said, well, we can start putting you on medication or we can give you cream and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. We just have to test it out. And I didn't want to do that. I was already on so many medications that I was like, I don't need to add one more to it. And who knows what the side effects are going to be, right? You know?
Synthetics, yeah.
So I just dealt with it. That was just it. I mean, sex hurt every single time. Every time. It was not fun, and that takes it out of it when it's not fun and when it hurts because he doesn't want to hurt me.
Yeah.
Right? So that's hard for him, and then for me, I'm trying to pretend I'm not in pain, but I'm in pain, right?
So even the lubrications that you guys
Yeah, we had lube, and it would still hurt because
It's not the same.
it's not the same, and it was. I mean, I can't even describe how dry I was, and I was dry from the time I was like 26 years old when my menstrual period stopped. My menstrual period has come back since I've started taking testosterone, Brock. I haven't had it in 15 years. And it started again. That's amazing. Not only that, when I contacted you, I was really, really, really stressed because I had put on about 40 pounds of weight in less than a year. And that was really affecting me. And so you and I talked about it, completely started changing, got into the gym. So I do my workouts every single day. We just actually came from my workout before we came here,
Oh,
you
cool.
know,
Yeah.
and the way that I can work out is crazy cool. Like, so I haven't been on it that long, but within about a week and a half, I was lifting weights that I've never been able to lift in my life. I was doing strengths that I've never been able to. Like, Dave feels my back all the time, and he's like, your back, you have back muscles that are amazing. My core is strong. Like, I can see definition in my muscles that I've never seen before.
Yeah.
And it's fun to work out because I have the strength to do it. And like the most hardcore strength that you can do, I can do it the whole time.
Wow.
It's amazing. It's amazing. But yeah, my sleep better. My sleep is so much better. And I don't have brain fog anymore.
Cool.
As weird as that is. Yeah, it's been a really, like, just to see these little changes, I feel good. I have energy. I have lubrication again, which and my libido is back. Like I hadn't had that. My friend actually asked me that the other day because I told her I was taking testosterone cream, and she goes, has it helped your libido? And I'm like, oh my goodness, yes. Like I haven't felt this since I was in my 20s, in my 30s. And that's
what
so
is
cool.
that, Dave? What has that done for you? Like her libido's up here now. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Like, have you felt more desired? Have you felt like what is that? How has that changed things?
Oh, absolutely. You know, as I've been getting to feel better about myself, it's awesome when my wife, you know, sees that and wants that as well. I guess that's the best way to put it.
Yeah, and it's fun because like with me working out, like he grabs my butt all the time, or you know, and he's like he calls me a Shelfie. He's like, look at that Shelfie. But like
She's got a shelf butt.
Yeah, like a shelf butt, right?
That's awesome.
But like whenever I'm walking, like he grabs me, touches me, he holds me, and man, I love that. I love that my husband desires me and that he sees my body and he's like, man, you look so flippin' good, right?
That's awesome.
And I feel good. Like when I'm naked and looking in the mirror, I'm like, oh my goodness, like my body is changing in ways that I'm so proud of myself. Like because I'm working so hard. Like I'm working so hard, and it's not to lose weight. I'm working to get healthy because I don't want to be in a wheelchair when I'm older, right? I don't want to be like some people in my family because it breaks my heart to watch that, right?
Yeah.
And so I literally took what you said seriously, and I changed it, and I feel so good about myself. Like I put on shorts the other day and I was like, look at my legs. Like it was so fun. It's so fun, man. And yeah, I'm just proud of myself, and like to feel muscles that I've never had, and to be able to open jars and not have to ask him to open jars. Like the stupid little things, but they're huge to me, you know?
Yeah.
Because I don't have to ask for help all the time. And I feel so strong. Like when we were working out at home together, I feel like, let me show off a little bit and show you how awesome I am. And it's so fun because I'm freaking good, man. Like I'm awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's way cool. I love it. I love it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
In regarding, you know, the vaginal atrophy, the vaginal discomfort during intimacy, the vaginal dryness, how has that changed?
Okay.
Like,
yeah.
And when did it change, and what have you noticed?
So it took about maybe 4 days. It took about 4 days of the cream, because you know you put the cream on every single day, just one pump. It took about 4 days, and I felt it inside me at first. Like I felt the lubrication, and I was like, whoa, I haven't felt that since I was a teenager. Legit a teenager, Brock.
Wow.
And then sex became, I mean, it was always fun, but it's fun now, like, because it doesn't hurt, and it's natural lubrication.
When did the pain go away?
That after those 4 days, that 4 days when we were intimate, after those 4 days, and didn't have to use lube.
Wow.
it got wet on its own, and it was beautiful again. It was fun again. It didn't hurt for the first time. We've been married for 16 years. For the first time in 16 years, it didn't hurt.
It's interesting too because there's a different feel to it.
Yeah.
We use mainly a silicone-based lube.
Yeah.
And the feeling between natural lubrication and that, it's very interesting, but it's not the same. And I definitely prefer
The natural.
this natural.
Wow.
To
And
that.
also,
That's awesome.
I don't know if this is too much to say, but the orgasms that I have now, right, are so much more intense, and they feel better, and they last longer, and
That makes two of us.
yeah, right.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
Awesome, you guys.
it's amazing, Brock. It's amazing.
It's not too much to say. I'm really glad that you pointed that out.
Okay, good.
Because that is an important piece of this puzzle.
Yeah.
Right? That creates this wonderful, sweet connection in our lives where those serotonin, dopamine responses are taking place, and we're having that wonderful response, right? The oxytocin, then.
Yeah, and you're experiencing
Right.
it together, right?
Yeah.
That's connection that I only have with him. You know, like
Yeah.
that's
With your
ours.
person, right?
Yes,
Like-
this is my guy for the rest of my life, right? And to have that with him, where I remember before, sex would be like it would be painful, and so it would be hard to be in the moment, you know.
And I would always be mindful of that too.
Yeah.
And I knew, time's limited here, and she's already not enjoying it. It's only going to get worse, and so that mental
Kills it.
havoc on
Yeah,
me
you're like,
too.
I got her.
Yeah. It's like rush, and it's not something you're enjoying or participating in or bonding over.
No.
It's just like a let's get it done.
Yeah. And that's not fun.
Yeah.
That's not fun. And it's, when you're in pain, like when you look at your partner during sex, right? Like you feel a certain way. When you're in pain, you can't look your partner in the eye because you're too focused on the pain, and it hurts to move, it hurts to do anything, and it just breaks that connection. And that is not fun.
Yeah.
And it's not intimate. It should be intimate. It's a beautiful experience. And of course you can have, sex that's not like super intimate, but Dave and I do. And so when we couldn't have that for years, to have it now it's beautiful. It's like the greatest thing ever. Yeah, it's the greatest thing ever.
Wow.
Yeah.
If Happy Valley Clinic had come sooner for you, would you have acted sooner?
Yeah, without a doubt. Okay, so previously I'd gone to my primary care physician and had talked about some of my complaints, and he recognized that a lot of it was hormone levels as I was getting older, and so he tried testosterone replacement therapy with me, and it was fine. It was okay. And here's the thing, it was like you had to schedule an appointment and wait 3 months before you got to go back in and talk about what you were going through, and then you would make those adjustments, and it would be another 3 or 6 months before you went back in. And so if something wasn't working, or something wasn't working great, or there were even negative effects, it was hard to adjust those. Whereas with Happy Valley Clinic, the staff is available to always talk to you about whatever you need. You can come in, meet with very knowledgeable people, and they'll take care of you, and they'll talk to you about it.
And
They'll give you
about you.
options. They'll say, hey, there's this available, or this, we could try this, we need to check this. Whereas with my primary care physician, it wasn't bad. He did what he could. He just that wasn't his focus, and you could tell. And I think that kind of delayed me acting quicker, which I wish, if I would have known about this 20 years ago, I would have jumped right on it. But having the knowledge about it now is It's great.
And with him, when he was taking the testosterone replacement from his primary care physician, it was kind of just like, here's this one set thing, this amount, this is what you're gonna do, and it was too much. It was messing with him, and Happy Valley Clinic like dialed it in to know exactly, like if something wasn't working, they switched it immediately, and it was a phone call away, right? It wasn't like, well, let me send an email to my doctor, let's hope they get it back to me in a week. And the testosterone replacement and whatever else you do for him is so different than the testosterone replacement that they did, and it's so much more beneficial for both of us. It's completely different than what the doctor did.
Yeah, I feel like we're getting the best and strongest results this way.
Awesome.
Without the negative effects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and one of the big things too is that we're using bioidenticals and not synthetics. Your physician was probably using synthetics, and bioidenticals are biologically identical to our bodies, right? And it's natural.
Seems like the way to go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. That's what we're doing for both of you.
Oh, very
That's
cool.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if I would have found Happy Valley Clinic earlier, I've never felt confident about my body, even after I lost all my weight, because I used to be really, really overweight. And after I lost all my weight, I still was really self-conscious about my body. And I'm not anymore. Like I'm so proud of how I look. And I'm so like that confidence because I know that I'm one, able to work my butt off, right? And it feels good, and it's fun. Like I tell people who are in my classes at Pilates, I'm like, I've never stuck with a workout ever in my life. I've never stuck with a gym. But this that I have found was so great, but the testosterone made it a million times more amazing. Like it's given me the strength and the confidence, and I feel better. I have energy. I have energy to go throughout the whole day, where for years I didn't have energy. For years, I mean, I couldn't even work for years because I just had no energy to do anything. Yeah, this is life changing for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, the neat thing is that you're just in the beginning of this journey.
Yeah.
And what's incredible is like, so there's some bodybuilders that I follow, and I looked at because they show their pictures, right? Where they were as a teenager, where they were 15 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago. And it only gets better.
Really?
Oh, like what you love now, it gives me chills. You will just be like, in 5 years, you'll be like, oh my goodness.
Really?
Yeah. And then in 10 years, and you stay on this path and in this journey, and it'll be things that you dreamt about, that you maybe never even dreamt about.
Yeah, right? That I didn't even think was possible. Yeah.
Just neat stuff.
You know, and the cool thing is that Dave sees that I'm committed to what I'm doing, right? And so he backs me with it, where he's like, if that's what you need to spend to get so you can work out and do your workout, then you do that. You take that money for you and you do that, right? And that's huge.
Yeah.
Just to have the support, because he sees that I'm doing my part, and then to have the testosterone help me do it even better. You know?
Yeah.
It's just awesome.
Yeah.
I think in your teens and 20s, you feel like you're going to be invincible. You feel invincible. You kind of are invincible. You get hurt, you bounce right back.
Yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't last, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And this is the best way to combat that.
Yeah. And you guys are to be commended. You're not only putting, addressing the hormones like we need to, but then you are doing those other key parts of your experience, and that is what you're eating and what your physical exercise and you're doing those key things so that the testosterone and the hormones where they should be can go, oh, I know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Right? Oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah, the testosterone, like you start lifting weights like which is what you guys have been doing,
Yeah.
and you notice that response because the testosterone goes, oh, I know what to do.
Wow.
Build muscle, burn fat, right?
And so the way that we are eating now helps with it too.
Oh yeah.
That's
The
awesome.
whole process.
Because we've changed completely how we eat. After you and I talked that
Yeah.
day, like I watched everything you told me to watch, and we changed it like immediately. And
We did.
yeah, and Dave got like dropped weight so quick.
Wow.
To the point where before he was taking insulin every day. He hasn't had to take insulin for what, like 8 months?
No, less than that.
Less than
like
that?
3, but
Like 3 months?
yeah.
But that's
Wow.
huge.
Yeah,
Like that's
it's incredible.
amazing.
my blood sugar levels are
Yeah.
always within range of where I need
And the
to
cool
Wow.
thing is with how we eat now, we're not hungry. We're not
Yeah.
when you, I don't know, when you eat the carbs and everything that I was eating, one, you feel like crap. Like if you have
Yeah,
a
it tastes
bowl.
good in the moment.
Yeah, but it
and
doesn't
kinda
make you
good
feel
initially.
good. Yeah.
And then it's like,
Yeah, you
Yeah.
feel just soggy, like you
Lost.
can't move, you know?
Yep.
But when you eat the protein, and that's basically all we eat now is protein, like butter, eggs, cheese, bacon,
Yeah.
you know,
Healthy
meat,
fat.
steaks, healthy fat,
Mhm.
right? Avocado, all of that stuff. You just feel better, and it's like your body knows what to do with it. It took a little bit for my body to get used to eating like that,
yeah,
but now it does. And
it's awesome.
and it's more like fuel than it is just eating, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's awesome.
yeah.
It's
stellar.
awesome.
Stellar.
Yeah. So, pretty cool.
Well, you guys, I'm so grateful that you've allowed Happy Valley Clinic to make this difference in your life and to bring the quality of life back that you didn't realize you were missing, or maybe you realized you're missing but didn't know how to address it, and that we've been able to make this difference. And
Yeah,
so
and
grateful.
Brock, you've been amazing. The way that you help your patients change their lives, like that's a gift that you give people. Like that's something, and we have dealt with you the whole time personally, right? And you give so much of yourself to this. Like this is something that you believe in, and the reason that you do it is because you want to help people. You don't do it for money, you don't do it for prestige, you do it because you want to help people change their lives and get their lives back just like you did, right? And I think that's beautiful, and we are just so incredibly grateful for all the help that you've given to us and for all you do for us, because without you we wouldn't be able to be where we are right now. Like you've changed our lives, and you've changed so many people's lives with this clinic, and it's awesome. It's awesome.
And I just want to say I'm so appreciative of how knowledgeable you are on the different subjects. I have a science background, and so when I speak to people, I kind of, I don't know, dumb it down a little bit. You don't want to use scientific terms with everyone, but when I speak with you, you use all the right terms. I recognize that, and I just know how much work you've put into learning about and understanding the different treatments that you're making available to us, and I appreciate that.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, you guys. I appreciate so much, you guys taking the time today to come in and relay your experience, so that this could be a blessing to somebody else, because there'll be many that will see this and they'll be like, oh my word, that's us.
Good.
That's my situation. That's where I'm at, and this will bless them.
And it will
Yeah.
change their lives if they choose.
beautiful.
If they choose to come to you, it will only change their lives for the better. Because that's the thing with Happy Valley Clinic. You can only go up from where you are, And if you're thinking about coming to a place like this, or you're worried, don't be. Just try it, because we're really glad that we did, and it's changed our lives for the better. So yeah, so if you're thinking about it and you're hesitant about it, just don't be. Just come in and talk to Brock and the staff and get your life back. Get your life back.
And to the guys out there, this isn't always the easiest subject to broach. It's one of those things. It's maybe like a dark secret we hold. If you're just feeling not like yourself, or you wish you felt better, what do you have to lose? You have everything to gain, but nothing to lose. So
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for sharing that.
yeah.
This is awesome, you guys.
Hey,
It's awesome.
good.
Awesome.